Hey everybody, we got another casted game of Zero Space here for you. In the upper right, with Torque and Mondar coming on out, is Fatal Exit, playing against the Legion player Bandana T. A little PL happening here. Oh, and it's going to be Krieger. Okay, so the Torque and Mondar synergy of, like, one guy throws the hammer and the other guy catches it. I know I've gushed about it so many times, but it's still so cool. It's just such a cool mechanic. I don't know how useful it is. I don't know how, like what kind of potential it has. It's kind of cool that it does that damage, but is that actually going to be helpful? We'll find out. Take a look at the resources here. It looks like... What's the income look like? Yeah, the income should be identical. But it also looks like... Oh, productions. We don't have hotkeys for that tab yet, I don't think. But it looks like Fatal Exit's going to be building quite a bit. That's a lot of barracks and an expansion, no less. Compared to the Exalted that are coming out for Bandana T. Exalted are the leaping Triceratops that can cliff hop. Very good at hit and run tactics. They show up, they melt something, and then they use their cliff hop to just leave. But Torque and Mondar, staying active on the map, are able to get all of the experience towers here. So that means that Fatal Exit's probably going to get their level 1 talent sooner. There we go. There's one Exalted along with Krieger, his dog, and what's this one? Cragvorn? No, the Cragvorn's the name of the dog. Why isn't that unit showing up? No! Alright, well, we do have to give the game a little bit of grace. It is still in early access, so bugs are still being worked out. It does kind of feel, though, that, like, the expectations for an early access game are, like, a little bit higher, I think, than they need to be. Like, people understand that early access is not the full release of the game, but they're treating it like it should be. Now, whether or not that's something that needs to be managed by, like, player expectations, or that's something that devs need to take into account, I'm not really going to pass judgment on that one way or the other. I'm just here to cast games of Zero Space. So, Bandana T's up to 29 supply. And we don't... What are these units behind him? What are these units behind Krieger? I don't know. Those Exalted, though, they're looking like they're spicy and ready to get dicey. We've got the supply platform. Is it getting upgraded, or why is that? Oh, that's the energy. It's an energy bar, probably. Anyway, is this the third? Yeah, this is the third for Fatal Exit. Again, this, like, this dark purple-ish color. I like it, but it's also the same color as, like, it's almost the same color as these Hexite pits. So it's hard to know, like, what's been claimed and what hasn't. The yellow's a nice, like... The yellow's a nice, bright contrast to the map, but this periwinkle ain't it. Alright, so the hammer's a cool little, like, gimmick type of deal, but it doesn't seem like it does all that much damage. Maybe it's meant to be maybe it's meant to do damage to, like, a lot of lighter HP units at once. Whoa! The Moran sharpshooters. They're known for being quite good. And having to set up and having that really narrow cone of fire kind of makes sense. Like, they're a very positional unit. You have to micro those units and make sure that they've got either overlapping fields of fire, or they can, like, all shoot in different directions to provide a wider field of fire if you've got a bunch of them. It's a very interesting unit that, like, being able to set up and have a cone that you must micro is something that you don't always see in this kind of RTS. Like, I think actually that might be unique to that unit. What else do we have here? A Moran mothership. Is that where all these snipers are going to be coming out of? Must be, right? Yeah, I don't see any other... I don't see anything else here. Okay, we see some tech buildings, conduits. There we go. And Bandana's just gonna throw down those cones, but yeah, the flank there from the commandos. The commandos being able to hop behind them and do a bunch of damage is pretty brutal. Okay, all the sharpshooters get taken out, or maybe they just get unsieged. Now they're not doing their fancy damage, but looks like enough of them managed to stay alive that they can set up their cones again and just do all kinds of damage to this expansion here. The Fatal Exit's third. Now, Fatal Exit does have a fourth compared to Bandana T's 2 bases, but those 2 bases are enough, I think. They're doing so much damage here. And whether or not that's the sharpshooters are just like sieged up and they've got a good position and they're able to do a bunch of damage to this expansion, not really sure, but I don't know that Fatal Exit has much of an option here. 30 supply to Bandana T's 55 is going to be pretty brutal. Torque and Mondar are going to show up, but are they going to be able to do enough? They've got unspecified armor types, so they're going to be taking... They're never going to be taking bonus damage. Yeah, and that expansion does finally go down, but Torque and Mondar, they're going to be so low on health! Was Torque. Now, Torque could just go chill underneath the barracks and like, get that regen. I'm amazed that Torque didn't get picked off with 15 health. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so more commandos come down. Yeah, immediately picked off. Okay, I don't think that was intentional. But Galavax has entered the field, and being able to throw down spears or get, you know, create sacrificial sites. Oh man, throwing down the obelisks is nothing to sneeze at as well. But those portal obelisks, like, I love that thralls are just they're just ammo, basically. Like, if you want your monolith to do a bunch of damage, or if you want your, what is it? Is it the avatar? I forget what it's called. Where you summon the emperor, and the strength of the emperor depends on how many thralls died nearby. It's a very cool, like, those portal obelisks are a cool way to get a lot of thralls at once. Or just using them as fodder for sacrificial sites so you can get some, like a little field of AoE regen is nice as well, but looks like Bandana T's gonna back up a little bit. But is Fatal Exit going to take advantage of this breathing room to build up his army? He desperately needs to. And the supply gap has certainly closed. Okay. Bandana T does have... Wow. Okay, so Bandana T is definitely ahead in terms of the... Oh, fighting on open ground. Bandana T out... Or Fatal Exit, I don't think this is something you want to do! Yeah. Spear goes down, takes out another commando. Another commando dies right on top of him. Pork must have gotten the worst of it earlier. This is just too many Exalted. So many Thralls, so many Exalted. There's just so much meat shield here that even if Fatal Exit could move forward, which he might. I mean, Fatal Exit's definitely got the better economy here. Well, I say that, but he's making 6 fewer flux per minute, which, you know, again, I find this is like, so far this is the funniest part of the early access release. Like, look at the size of this production bar. Holy commandos. This might actually, like, reach the edge of the map. I kind of want to see it done. I want to see all those commandos reaching the edge of the map. Please. Please do this for me. Alright, but it looks like the Thralls and basically everything are going to come forward here. Krieger's out with his doggy. Doggy goes down. Galavax throwing out his fireball, but it doesn't connect with much. And yeah, it looks like Fatal Exit was able to get that base back up. And also throwing down a bunch of barracks. So it looks like Bandana also wants a lot more Exalted again. And we've got some tech structures coming up. The Terror Tower is what you need to start building the Terror Tanks. Healing Obelisks, where did those go down? Oh, the Healing Obelisks are... Oh wait, those are Guardian Obelisks. No, that permaslowed hero just, like, getting bitten. Was pretty brutal. Alright, is Galavax going to be able to leave? Throw your fireball. That's so many commandos! You could just use a fireball. It would work magic there. Gallavax! No! Oh, down goes Gallavax. I only have... Now, I should mention that I only have a soft spot for Gallavax because the very first faction that I started playing this game with was Legion, and I thought Gallavax was cool because he had a big fireball, but turns out Gallavax is not good in every single situation. And now it's Bandana T's turn to be on the back foot. Whoa, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen that before. It did all kinds of damage to the structure, though. But yeah, Fatal Exit. Fatal Exit, I think, has finally reached that critical mass of commandos. And, yeah, and I don't know that there's going to be much that can be done. Like, even if those Moran snipers do set up, those commandos jumping into the back line is going to present quite a challenge here. Bandana T does get an expansion sniped off, and I don't know if there's going to be much that can stop this, Okay. Alright, all the commandos used up all of their jump. Which means they can't jump for a little bit. I think these Moran snipers need to set up wherever they are. Alright, those thralls just aren't able to do anything about it. Yep, fireball lands. Doesn't have the exploding, doesn't have the explosion, excuse me, upgrade just yet. There it is. Oh! Yeah, there we go. Definitely want to jump out of that. What are these? Oh, the dreadnoughts were being built on the ground, but they get destroyed before they can get finished building. No. And this is a lot of AoE that's coming out from Bandana. But I think it's too little too late. Yeah, Fatal Exit's up to 170 supply to Bandana T's 40-ish. Maybe he doesn't realize just how far ahead he is. But is he going to take a fifth? I'll bet you Fatal's going to take a fifth. Alright, some Moran Badgers. Are these the ones that do... Whoa! Hops up right into the back of this expansion here. Oh no! They do... No! That fireball connects with so many of those commandos, but they all managed to get a, They all managed to get some veterancy. Oh no, this AoE's gonna be brutal if it lands! Okay, it did land, but not as many died as I thought they would. The Inquisitress comes forward and tries to do a little bit of AoE, but yeah. That commando count is just... It can't be stopped at this point. Oh, is the terror tank gonna go down? It must have instantly gone down. I barely saw it on the map for a little bit. Yeah, and these commandos, some of them are at veterancy 3. Alright, looks like they've both reached their maximum level here, and GG's! Yeah, Bandana Team must have tapped out. Fatal Exit, sweeping across the maps with Oops All Commandos, the build. What a fun build that was. And we almost got across the very top of the screen with commandos that were queued up. GG's, guys. Thank you so much for the submission.